sing.
Are we ready? We are ready. I am still kind of thinking about the Monday that Martin Luther King Jr. celebration, which is about song. This is about marching. This is called "We Are Marching in the Light of God." The second verse, this actually came from Africa. The original words are "Siahamba Yukanyeni Kwikos," which means we are marching in the light of God. And when they sing it, they go, "We are marching in the light of God." Very animated. And you're very welcome to do that. And then the other verses, "We are living in the love of God. We are moving in the power of God. We are dancing in the joy of God." So let's have fun with this. We are marching in the light of God. 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 We are marching, marching, marching. Oh, we are marching in the light of God. We are marching, marching, we are marching. Oh, we are marching in the light of God. We are living in the love 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 of God. We are living, living, we are living. Oh, we are living in the love of God. We are living, living, we are living. Oh, we are living in the love of God. We are moving in the power 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 of God. We are moving, moving, we are moving. Oh, we are moving in the power of God. We are moving, moving, we are moving. Oh, we are moving in the power of God. We are dancing in the joy 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 of God. We are dancing, dancing, we are dancing. Oh, we are dancing in the joy of God. We are dancing, dancing, we are dancing. Oh, we are dancing in the joy of God. Everybody sing that. Okay. This one is "You Gotta Sing When the Spirit Says Sing." This is the bluesy Southern gospel music that I am so drawn to. And I know some of you in here, Treasure, if you just want to go for it, because you're gonna feel it. And because this is when the Spirit says sing, I want you to sing. Okay. However you're moved to sing it. Okay. So it goes like this. Oh man, I love this song. Okay. You gotta sing when the Spirit says sing. You gotta sing when the Spirit says sing. When the Spirit says sing, you wanna sing right along. Sing when the Spirit says sing. You wanna dance when the Spirit says dance. Oh yeah, you gotta dance when the Spirit says dance. When the Spirit
Welcome to the Grants Pass Center for Spiritual Living. My name is Reverend Steve Van Meter. I'm your most seniorist of ministers. And it's my honor to welcome you here this morning. I know you have a lot of places you could end up this morning, but you ended up here. You made it. This is the place to be. We're transforming consciousness, and it's going to happen. Just stick around long enough. So we're going to start with what we start every Sunday with, and that's our vision mission statement, which is up on your screen. It says, "We are a golden, blood-loving spiritual community dedicated to evolving consciousness through teaching spiritual principles." Again, welcome. I know that you could have ended up pushing the snooze bar one more time. I don't know why God put Sunday morning so close to Saturday night, but you know, it happens. Here we are. And I hear there's some football on this afternoon. Yeah, okay. Well, we're gonna invite our announcements up here today. Jamaica Wallace, our board president, practitioner, has some announcements for us. So let's welcome her.
Got a full house. I love this. All right, so just a few announcements. First off, be sure to join us next Sunday if you're available. We are going to be having our Practitioner Sunday. This is going to be at our regular scheduled time. The practitioners will be leading the service. We'll be sharing what it means for each practitioner, for each of us to be a practitioner, and talking about what we can offer for our congregation. We'll also be leading prayer circles on the topics of health and wholeness, love and relationships, abundance and prosperity, and creative self-expression with jobs. It's going to be a lot of fun, so we really hope to see everybody there. We also would like to give a big thank you for our Pledge Drive participants. It is with joyful hearts that the Board of Trustees would like to thank everyone who has answered the call with your pledge for the 2022 and 2023. We asked for your continued support by increasing your tithe to help us meet our weekly and monthly commitments, and you responded by joining our pledge program and by continuing to fulfill your commitments in 2023. Our center is completely operated by generous donations from supporters like you, so thank you for going above and beyond. By giving and choosing to pledge what you intend to give in the future, this allows the leadership of our center to plan programs that continue to further the vision and mission of our ministry here in Grants Pass. For this, our community prospers together. Without you guys, we would not be celebrating 45 years this year. We're going to be celebrating coming with that too. So continuing with that, thank you. We also want to thank everyone who was able to attend the Taizé service back in December. If you guys remember, we came together and we were able to gather and donate 79 pounds of food and $10 cash to our local food bank, which is fabulous. We do have a service opportunity available. Our janitors, Jan and Glenn Albright, who have been with us and doing that for many years for us, done an excellent job keeping our center tidy and clean. They've retired. And so we do have an opportunity, if this is something that you think you would be interested in, janitorial services for our center, please see either myself or Reverend Steve for more information about that. We do have a new class beginning. The universe has your back. Join practitioner Deborah Perdue in transforming fear to faith using the book, The Universe Has Your Back, by bestseller author Gabrielle Bernstein. This class will start on February the 16th, and it is from 3:30 to 5 p.m., and it is a 6-week class. If you would like more information, you can see Deborah or check the back counter for more information as well. We have opportunities to get more spiritual nourishment than just our Sunday service. We have 2 opportunities. So if you would like to come early, beginning at 9, from 9 to 9:45, right here in our conference room, we have a metaphysical book study that is led by Reverend Steve. And right now we are studying Living the Science of Mind by Ernest Holmes. That goes till 9:45, and then if you'd like your second dose of spiritual vitamins, you can pop over to the LEC, and our practitioners are holding a 15-minute meditation. This is a great time just to go into the silence, come together and meditate. And that goes until 10:05, gives you plenty of time to pop over here and get your Sunday service. So, all kinds of opportunities to get spiritual nourishment. And then just some quick little reminders of some upcoming workshops that we have going on. Our very own Deborah Perdue is holding a workshop this afternoon. Gratitude is your superpower. That is held, it'll be from 1 to 2:30, and it is at the Wild Rogue Emporium here in Grants Pass. If this is something you haven't already talked to Deborah and you'd like to attend, just make sure you see her after the service and she'll connect with you on that. And then we do have a crystal sound bath meditation coming up on Sunday, February the 12th from 12:30 to 1:45. And there's more information about that on the back counter. And there is also a soul collage coming up on Wednesday, February the 22nd at 12 o'clock. And more information is available for that as well on the back counter. That is the end of my announcements today. So thank you, and please stand and join me as we sing We Are One together.
We are one, we are one. I am you, you are me, we are one. And in this unity, we shall live in harmony as peace has come, as we are one. We are one.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
I'm Deborah Perdue. I'm so happy and honored to be a practitioner here. And let's read the gratitude together. Immersed in the practice of gratitude, I am so deeply grateful, and so it is. A little bit about practitioners for those who do not know. Practitioners are the healing arm of our center. Our main job is to pray with and for you. To fill out a prayer request, use the yellow form in the seat backs in front of you. Or if you're online or you want to do it on the website, it's grantspasscsl.org that you can send a prayer request. We are dedicated to your confidentiality. We've taken several years of Science of Mind classes to become licensed practitioners. We also teach classes and workshops here at our center. If you are in need of prayer, please connect with one of us for a short affirmative prayer after the service, or contact one of us individually for a professional practitioner session. Our phone numbers are in your program and online. Whether you have an issue to resolve or just want to experience more good in your life, we are here for you. Use us. Today, our table practitioner is Tracia Wiley, and she is holding the high watch for us, and she can direct you to a practitioner for prayer after the service. And I want to thank Cindy again for the beautiful flowers that lasted till this Sunday.
Yeah.
They're beautiful. And is there anyone here for the very first time? If so, please raise your hand. We have a welcome packet for you. Anyone? Oh, there is one person. Welcome. We invite you to stay afterwards for snacks and refreshments and to meet some of us. If you haven't already turned your cell phone off or silenced it, please do that. And let's read the prayer together. I say thank you to every person I know in every part of our life. I am permeated with gratitude for this wondrous life, exactly as it is and exactly as it is not. And so it is. We're gonna sing I Am Loved. Please remain seated. And so, if most of you know me and you know that my heart's calling is the practice of gratitude and sharing it with the world. So it is such a wonderful thing that today our talk and our service is about gratitude. And I'm going to read from one of my books, which is a yearly daily guide, Daily Gratitude Reflections, Volume 2. And it's day, I think, 109. And then we're gonna go into the silence together and really reflect on everything you're grateful for, or some of the things you're grateful for. This is one of my favorite quotes as well. To see a world in a grain of sand and heaven in a wildflower, hold infinity in the palm of your hand and eternity in an hour, by William Blake. I am thankful for turning a fixed viewpoint upside down and seeing it in a whole new way, like an abstract painting that can be rotated and each vista is amazing. To really look at a blossom close up, studying it, and all of a sudden it is much more than I've ever seen before, a tiny cosmos in its own right. Life is dazzling and filled with grand surprises, and I am ever grateful. So let's go into the silence. I'll let you know when it's time to come out of it and reflect on gratitude. And as we come out of the silence, I'm going to quote Meister Eckhart, who said, if your only prayer is thank you, that is enough. So I am just so grateful for this Grants Pass CSL, for this full house today, for each shining, beautiful, light-filled face and smile. And I know that this time together is an absolute blessing to each of us, and we are inspired and motivated and supercharged with gratitude. And so it is. So it is. So it's time for Reverend Steve's talk after Lauren's great song, which I already know is fantastic. Thank you.
Song was written for the musical Waiting Star that my friend Ed Miller wrote, and he and I composed this. It didn't make it into the musical because we had to do cuts, But, so this is only the second time it's actually been performed, but this fits right along with our beliefs here at CSL. And I would just, it's called Imagine a World. And I'm also thinking of Martin Luther King Jr. saying, I have a dream. And you have to have a dream, you have to have a vision. Well, I guess you don't have to, but if you want things to change, if you want to see the beauty and the love of God manifested here in this place. So I'm giving thanks for the creative power of God that is in all of us. The amazing divine creative power, and where nothing is impossible with God.
Make a wish through a dream. See your palace forming there. Arrive with your wings, most possible things. A place where your vision finds its very first foundation. Finds its very first foundation. Imagine a world, I'll take you there. A laugh and a skip on the way. Your heart comes alive through wealth inside in this not impossible world. A place where you'll see most anything. Romantic adventures you'll bring. A heroic quest. You're at your best in this not impossible world. You're more than you know, so let the dream alive. Your heart is now gladly breaking with real life magic for the taking. It really is you in freedom there to make any wish, see it all come true. The genuine you comes shining through in this not impossible world. The genuine you comes shining through in this very possible
Thank you, Lauren. Let's hear it again for Lauren, huh? There's nothing like original music. And there's nothing like music to begin with, right?
Reverend Steve, I forgot to say that the composer
Yes, Ed is here today. Yeah, just wave your hand and say hello. What an honor it is to have the composer and the performer here at the same time. That doesn't happen very often, but we're so glad that you've let us know that you're here. Welcome. Well, we have a couple of housekeeping things to do. First off, I've moved our thermometer to the back wall. If y'all look on the door to the bookstore, our thermometer for our pledge drive is moved back there. It was up here, but you couldn't see it, so I want it to where everybody can see it. Right now, this morning, we were at 43,127, but I've just been handed another pledge. So we're now at 45,627. Our goal is 80,000 because that's what it takes every year for us to have this little experience. So I want to thank everybody that's given, or anyone that has not pledged but still gives, because you don't have to pledge to give. Pledging just helps us to plan what we're going to provide. So if you feel called, there's a pledge card in all of your seats. We got a postcard. We got a postcard from Homer, Alaska. Hi, CSL family. Alyssa and Jeremy, remember them? Okay, they would sit over on this side here, and one of their dreams was to go to Alaska. And they weren't even here for, I think, 6 months. They took one class and it happened, and boom. Alyssa and Jeremy here reporting from Homer, Alaska, where we are living our dreams that have come true as an off-grid cabin in the woods with our 12-year-old Labrador. We miss our Sunday meetings and exchanges, but are so grateful to be here now, appreciating all the simple wonders of life and slowing down to notice the tiniest details, thinking of you all and sending warm, happy, healthy wishes to you all into 2023. Looking forward to seeing you all again in divine timing. And so it is, Alyssa and Jeremy. And we're going to put this over on the bulletin board so you can check it out. But I want you guys to know that you got mail. You got mail. So this month, our theme is root and reboot. Root and reboot. You know, you've got to have roots. You got to be grounded, you know, or they, as they say, planted in midair. You ever been there? Planted in midair, yeah. Well, sometimes it can feel that way. This week's title is Singing with Gratitude. Singing with Gratitude. So, what's your song? What's your story? Are you a heavy metaler? Sometimes. Are you a classic rocker?
Yeah.
Are you a love songer?
Oh, yeah. New ager.
A new ager? Are you a contemporary? Are you a postmodern?
Renaissance.
Well, whatever you are, Renaissance? Blues? Oh man, we've all sung the blues. Can't sing the blues until you have the blues. One of my teachers, Randy Rhodes, who taught me how to play the bass, said, you can't learn rock until you can sing the blues. I didn't know what he meant at the time until I had my first fall from love. And then, boy, the blues were pouring out. Gratitude is one of the most fundamental spiritual practices in our teaching. If God is all there is not a spot where God is not. So there's not God and us, there's God as us. It can be no other way. This past holiday season, many people had the opportunity to say thank you, to give gifts, to relish in kindness, to share food, share our talents, even share our treasures. What treasures do you have that you're keeping to yourself? There's a lot caught up in the gratitude, and we may feel that we're not being grateful enough at times. And we may have judgments about other people's level of gratitude. You know, did they send you a thank you card? And did they send it within the time frame that's supposed to be sent? And did they follow up with a call? You know, sometimes our being is thanks enough. Like Deborah was saying, if you can just be thankful, your gift has been given. You don't have to send a thank you card, although that the etiquette says that you should. You know, sometimes people get busy, and that's okay. So we need to create an overall feeling of gratitude in our life. This is why, you know, when first thing in the morning, we get up and we, okay, you know, are we saying thank you, God, or oh God, thank you? Thank you, God, it's morning, or oh my God, it's morning. Depends where you're at. When we are actively engaging in our prayer work, we are knowing the truth for ourselves and for others. And our goal, as we've been learning, is that we need to declare the truth with conviction. We benefit immensely from this important third step of treatment, which is speaking what we choose to be, do, and have. And the fourth step of treatment is being grateful for it. Can you be grateful before your demonstration? That is where the magic lies. If you can be grateful for what you're choosing to be, do, and have as an already demonstrated idea, does it really matter if what you want to be, do, and have actually comes about? If you're already grateful for it, think about it. If you're already in the mindset of it happening, you already have it in mind. That's where the power is. And then it's just, there's a process in the physical world of it catching up to you. But if you already have it in mind, it doesn't matter if it actually catches up to you because you're already there. How powerful is that? So let's review our 5 steps of treatment. I did this last week. Number 1, this is how we pray. God is. You don't have to use the G word. You don't have to use the J word, Jesus, God. Some people say never say the G word in church. Some people say always say the G word in church. So I do what I want to do because you know you're going to do what you want to do. So it frees me to do what I want to do. So God is. There's a creative energy that all of us are. It is breathing your body. It is beating your heart right now. Number 2, I am. You are unified with this field of all opportunity. You can't separate yourself from it. Now, you can pretend that you're not part of it. Sure, if you want to do that. We've all done that. I'm just going to go it alone. I'm on my own. I can figure it out. So God is, I am, I choose. What do you want to have changed? Do you want a healing? Do you need more cash? Do you need more credit? Do you need more love? See, love is the key. If love is part of our treatment, everything else is going to fall into place. So I choose love. And, you know, some other things. A Rickenbacker bass, big amp, egg, amp, you know, well, we go on. Well, and then we go to number 4, give thanks. Be grateful that it's already happening in your life. How does that feel? Does it feel good? It feels good to already be there. And then number 5, we release it into law. We let go, pretending it's already so. And it won't be long till you don't have to pretend. See, if we don't let it go, if we keep going around in our mind with it, it's like planting a seed and every 5 minutes digging it up to see, are you doing okay? Do you need anything? Okay. Okay, is you doing anything? Do you need anything? You keep digging it up. That slows the process down. You have to trust that if you plant something, it's already taking root. And soon you'll see a little leaf come up. And if you see a leaf coming up, you knew a root is going down. If you know anything about planting things, which I do not, But I have learned through this teaching, you plant a seed idea and it grows into what you choose to be, do, and have it to be. So why express gratitude? Why be grateful? Especially for something that's not actually manifested yet in our external experiences. Because we have faith and it is exercised by our ability to believe. Can you believe it? You better believe it. You better believe it. Do you believe it?
I believe it.
Now, I don't just believe it. I know it. That's a step beyond believing. Somebody says, oh, do you believe that's going to happen? No, I don't just believe it. I know. I know it's going to happen. Actually, it's not going to happen. It's happening right now. I'm just in the process of aligning myself with it. We have all been called into being by this one mind. This level of gratitude is deep and profound, and it solidifies our consciousness into what we want to choose to be, do, and have. You know, I heard this, this week is really powerful. Friday, we entered a new moon, which is the place of new beginnings. And today, certain planets have aligned that have not been in alignment in a long time. And for the next 3 months, they talk about, oh, we're in retrograde, whatever that means. It means that there's a pull. There's a pull. It's just like, well, do you believe in tides? The tides go up and down. If you're ever a boater, you better know what the tides are, because if you find yourself, anchoring your boat in the wrong place and low tide comes in, you're going to be stranded. You better know how this works. There's a way that the mechanics of our world work, that when there are certain alignments happening, it affects our bodies. It affects our experience. Well, for the next 90 days, woohoo, we are in alignment. All the people who are hibernating are starting to come out already. And this is good. This is good because there's going to be no one telling you no for the next 90 days. You can do whatever you want. Now, all right, everybody calm down. Moderation is the key. Don't go overboard. But there is something happening, and we've all felt it. And some of us have said, well, I don't feel it. I'm just going to drink my coffee and be okay. Some of us are sensitive and we feel it. And some of us are just not as sensitive yet, but we're all working on it. I think that if you're in this room, you're becoming sensitive. Don't be so sensitive. No, be sensitive. Feel it, know it. That's your gut instinct telling you. Be grateful, be thankful. Thank what? Thank yourself. You made the decision to be here. Somehow the universe squeezed you into this body. And you know what happens when you make your transition after you're done doing whatever you came here to do? It's just like God's having a dream right now, and it's called you. And when God's dream is over, you wake up and you go, that was a crazy dream. I thought I was Reverend Steve Van Meter at some church. You'll never believe the dream I had. Well, what if that's what happens when you make your transition? It's just like waking up from a dream. You go, wow, that was a crazy time, man. Check that out. Kind of takes the sting out of the transition, doesn't it? Now, again, this isn't to lessen the experience of someone making their transition, but we don't want to have such heaviness with it that we don't understand that life continues, always continues. It doesn't stop. It changes form, if you believe in that sort of thing. It's one thing to declare the truth with conviction, and it's quite something else to give thanks for something that is not yet manifested. Yet, this is precisely what we're called to do. When I was first in this teaching, I was in transition with a job, and I was very upset that I had lost my job. I got fired because I had done some things wrong. I wasn't suited for that job. And I was really upset because I wanted that. I mean, it meant that I had to go out and find other livelihood, right? And I told my minister and she said, well, congratulations. I said, I don't think you heard me correctly. I said that I lost a job. She goes, congratulations. That wasn't the job for you. But I know that you're employable. And I know that you're going to have even better job with even better money, even better benefits. And I was like, oh, she's already gone there in consciousness on my behalf. I was like, thank you. I think that's what I'm supposed to say. Thank you for losing my job. She's like, absolutely. The more that you can get into where you're supposed to be, the better you'll feel. Wow. I had it had a V8 experience, like, whoa. It's called a quantum leap in consciousness. When enough truth comes to you that you cannot deny that something else is going on, and all of a sudden you change your mind about something. You change your belief, the way that you be in life. Your belief changes, and all of a sudden those things that used to bother you don't even come up on your radar because they're what got you here. They're not what keeps you here. Your consciousness and your changing and your ability to shift is what makes this work. So here's my 3 talking points. What is gratitude? And why is it so difficult times to express? Why do we not want to give our gratitude away? Now, just hear me out. Some of us may have a hard time saying thank you. I know several of these people in my past life. I'm not naming names. Maybe you don't feel deserving enough. Maybe you are uncomfortable with other people's generosity. Or maybe you think you deserve more than you receive. They could never thank me enough. You've heard people say that, right? No, they'll never thank me enough. Other impediments to gratitude, impediments, there's my dyslexia coming up, can be seen when we engage in complaining or fault finding and taking things for granted. It's not who did something wrong, it's what happened and how we can fix it. People do things wrong. We're here to make mistakes. If you're not making any mistakes, you're not living large, baby. You're not spilling the beans or the guacamole or whatever you found on the floor this morning. Our attitude of gratitude is a vital part of our experience with life. A grateful heart appreciates all good that flows. And in doing so, it creates a vacuum. And more good has to flow in. But we have to call in good. If we don't call in good, the universe will fill it with whatever's left over. And there's been a lot of complaining left over. It would be easily drawn into your experience if you don't monitor your thoughts. Be grateful, send love, be a love manifester. Let's take a second, just think about manifesting love right now. Just being a beacon, just being a charging station for love and just send it out into the universe. Isn't that nice? Isn't that nice? It's a great thing to do. It's a great place to be. Okay, talking point number 2. When it comes to gratitude, everything counts. Do you toss aside compliments as if they're meaningless? Someone may say, hey, nice shirt. And you respond by saying, oh, this old thing, I only wear this when I don't care how I look. Remember that? What was that movie? I don't even remember the movie, but I remember the line. Oh, this old thing, I don't wear this when I don't care how I look. I think it was A Wonderful Life.
Yeah.
Something like that. But the only right response is thank you. Thank you. Or maybe we're quick to say, oh, it only costs $7 or something like that. No, just say thank you. You don't have to get into the story. We want to tell the story of why it's such a nice shirt. Either way, what happens is a lack of presence to the present moment, to the gift that was given. A simple compliment deserves a simple, of course, thank you. Of course, Say, oh, look at me, look at my shirt. Maybe a smile, and that's enough. It's about the giver and the attempt to create a connection. Somebody says, I like your shirt. They may just want to talk to you. They may just want to connect with you. And that's their way of breaking the ice. Number 3, our life itself is the ultimate gift. We are here by a divine appointment, and when we know this is true, then we have already received the gift. The gift of your life is so precious, so miraculous, that you found yourself in this thing called life, in a spacesuit that allows you to move about the planet as you see fit. It's a crazy thing. It really is. We're gonna look back and go, that was nuts, man, that we were like able to do that. You know, we should take it for granted now because we get up every morning and we make the coffee and we go about our day. This is the meaning behind the statement spelled out in the Bible, to him who hath shall be given. This is Matthew 13:12. And as Dr. Holmes says in the textbook on page 450, unless one conceives of themselves as possessing good things, he will not possess them. From the objective world of such a one, either that which he has will be taken away. Again, that's from the Science of Mind, page 450. Give with a grateful heart. Imagine your good as already realized right now. This is the key. This is the manifestation process of an affirmative prayer. That's what we're teaching. That's our whole thing, is to affirm what you choose to be, do, and have as already done. If it feels good, do it. If it feels very good, do it a lot. Now, everyone settle down, all in moderation. Once again, you guys are all getting carried away on me. So in conclusion, gratitude offers many lessons for us that can apply to our lives. We can approach life with a grateful heart or not. But why don't we start thanking the heavens for our existence? You know, just with every meal, you know, a meal gets set down before you and you just go, thank you. Thank you, divine energy, for manifesting this awesome meal. One of my favorite prayers for a meal is hubba, hubba, hubba. Thanks for the grubba. Yay, God. And, you know, we laugh when we do that, but it's a great connection because my family, who are, you know, not particularly invested into this movement like I am, are like, oh, he's gonna do the prayer, hubba, hubba, hubba. Thanks for the grubba. Yay, God. You know, just saying yay, God is a prayer in its own right. You know, make it fun, make it different, do something different. In his essay, Compensation by Ralph Waldo Emerson, he says, beware of too much good staying in your hands. Think about that. You need to be part of the circulation process of life. You need to open your spigot so that the flow can come through. If the divine sees a closed spigot, it doesn't, like, you know, read a book or go to a workshop. It just goes to another spigot where it's open. That's how divine water flows. I love water. It gets to the level of its own, of itself, and spills over at the most easiest place to spill over. It doesn't have a workshop, it doesn't read a book. It just goes to where it needs to go. So beware of too much good staying in your hands. This doesn't mean we can't have good. It just means we need to be in circulation. We have to circulate. It can't, if you are damming your good, it's drying up down below. We need to keep it going. And what happens when you dam water? It stagnates above it and it dries up below it. And keep your good moving. And when you keep your good moving, you're always in the good. That's how it works. We can ensure this by practicing circulation, a way and means of giving from our overflow. Pay your gratitude forward. Buy the car behind you in line a coffee. Send someone a thank you card just because. And finally, we can give advanced thank you for the good that we choose to be in our lives, knowing with full belief that the good of God is within and as each one of us every single day. And so it is. Well, it's time to follow our teaching and remember who we are. So I invite you to bring to the forefront of your consciousness what you individually choose to believe that the power of creation is. Each one of us is experiencing this right here and right now. Your heart is beating because of the divine energy. Your lungs are being refilled in every moment by the air that is available to us and our body's ability to breathe. Your dreams, your desires, when put into that same energy, it just knows how to do it. So let's just do that. Let's just place our desires as already demonstrated ideas into the law of circulation right here and right now. I may not personally know what you're walking through, but I know God does. And as we align ourselves with the energy of creation, something powerful is happening in and through us. How good it is to know that there is a way, that something is working itself out through us, that whatever may have been challenging us previously is now part of the mulch that grows the next rose in our life. Something powerful is happening because we're alive. And as we bring love into our reason for being, love is easily and effortlessly poured out like a fountain into the universe. How good it is to know that we are the miraculous outpicturing of God's desire to dream itself into existence. So be conscious of what you choose to think about. How can you make your life the best and then better than the best? Keep attracting that energy, and miracles never cease. Let's give great thanks. Let us live in and immersed in the attitude of gratitude, even for our challenges, even for the things that might rub us the wrong way at times. We can say, you know what? I may not understand this, but I know God does. And it's going to be really neat how God works this out. And I'm going to be very pleased right now about it. So as we let go and let God be God in our lives, as we release these words directly into the living, loving law, something powerful happens. Because something powerful is happening because you're alive. As we affirm this together by saying, so it is. Amen. Okay. It's time for our offering. And I just want to say something about the miraculous offering that we give every week, because we are 100% provided for by your decision to give. And it's because you believe in us that you come here every Sunday. And we are so blessed to do this together. And we're blessed to have this in our community to be able to do. So let's recite our prosperity sharing affirmation together, shall we?
I give from my heart, sharing freely and joyously, and so it is.
Amen. Lord.
I celebrate my abundance today. By giving this gift, I show my faith. As I open my heart, my world becomes a better place. I release all fear as I share gratefully. This love that I give always gives back to me. Knowing my oneness with everything else, I know that all that I give to myself. You can sing it if you know it. I celebrate my abundance today. By giving this gift, I show my faith. As I open my heart, my world becomes a better place. I release all fear as I share gratefully. This love that I give always gives back to me. Knowing my oneness with everything else, I know that all that I give to myself.
And so it is.
So it is. I love that. Let's Lord blessing upon this offertory this morning. From the love of pure spiritual energy, these tithes and gifts have been collected. They're evidence of our ability to thrive in this thing called life. This miraculous energy blesses the giver and the receiver and allows this Grants Pass Center for Spiritual Living to be open and available to this community for those who choose to remember who they are, and even for those who may not know it yet. And for this, we are all so well blessed. Thank you. And so it is. All right, it's time for our closing song. Would you like to stand up and sing?
Yes, there is peace on earth, and yes, it begins with me. Yes, there is peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be. With God as creator, then we all are we. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Yes, this begins with me, and this is the moment now. With every step I take, let this be my joyous vow. To take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Yes, there is peace on earth, and yes, it begins with
Beautiful. Now for our benediction, please repeat after me. Something wonderful is happening right now.
Something wonderful is happening right now.
It's happening in my mind.
It's happening in my mind.
It's happening in my body.
Happening in my body.
It's happening in the body of my affairs.
It's happening in the body of my affairs.
I think it.
I think it.
I feel it.
I feel it.
And I know it. Just the way that it is.
Just the way it
And
is.
just the way that it is not.
Just the way it is not.
Thank you, life.
Thank you, life.
Have an awesome week, everybody. See you next week. Blessings.